Welcome to the pharmaphorum podcast. This is web editor Nicole Raleigh, and today I am joined by Eric Matthews, Chief Business Officer at Caris Life Sciences, for a Post-ASCO 2025 conversation. A pleasure to speak with you, Eric.
Likewise, Nicole. Thank you.
Now, Caris Life Sciences was founded in 2008 with a simple but powerful purpose to realize the potential of precision medicine and help improve the lives of as many people as possible. So it is that Caris is advancing the frontier of cancer diagnostics and treatment with breakthroughs in AI-driven pathology, multi-omic biomarker discovery, real-world clinico-genomic data, immunotherapy resistance and response prediction, and oncology disparities research across race and tumor subtype. As precision medicine becomes more integrated into oncology, I was wondering, Eric, if you could share with us how Caris is working with biopharma and health systems to overcome barriers to broader adoption across tumor types and clinical settings.
Sure. Thank you, Nicole. And you captured that really well in terms of the broad offering. So sometimes it's really nice to hone in on the core mission, which is precision medicine and getting the right medicine to the right patient at the right time. And I think as more and more of these medicines come to be available to patients with the bigger benefit opportunity that's associated with precision medicine, you'll start to see those barriers to access coming down. And I think a great example is what we've shown for c-Met high lung cancer. Is the first time in over 20 years that a new standard of care has been enabled for second-line lung cancer. And it's a precision medicine approach. And the first time a new precision medicine is coming to replace what would otherwise be only a chemotherapy option.
Thank you, Eric. So let's go into that data. At ASCO this year, Caris presented one of the most robust data portfolios with a total of 36 abstracts across 14 tumor types. So from a business and biopharma perspective, how is this breadth of real-world and molecular data shaping current drug development and driving precision oncology partnerships today?
Yeah, it's really on a couple of different dimensions. One is what combinations of therapies are best for a certain patient at a certain setting. With precision medicine now, you have more options based on the broad understanding of a patient's clinical genomic type as it relates to the cancer itself. And so you're able to create better battle plans, as it were, to go and get the best possible response for a patient with higher confidence, knowing that the medicine that they're getting is directed at a target that is in that particular cancer setting. So there's just a greater confidence and ability to think about combinations of medicines for the right patient. Secondly, I think what precision medicine is doing is just raising the bar of expectation for what benefit really is, both getting an immediate response, but also really what we're hoping for is that long-term durable survival. And so in some of the abstracts, you're seeing really impressive improvements, when you're able to follow patients out, multiple years to see that the benefit that they observed maybe in the first weeks of treatment was actually sustained over a long period of time.
Thank you. As you say, there's greater confidence and ability to even think about combinations for the right patients is something that is becoming more and more prevalent at these types of conferences. And are you able to speak to the breast cancer data, Eric?
Sure. I think this is one of the most exciting posters that we have at ASCO, presented by Dr. George Sledge, who's a monumental figure in the field of breast cancer. I remember his first presentation at my ASCO 20 years ago when he brought the data for Herceptin in early breast cancer. Now, through a digital pathology approach, we're able to identify the risk of recurrence for women with breast cancer post-surgery or radiation. And through this AI-enabled digital pathology algorithm, we can see which women may not need further treatment beyond 5 years with a more definitive way of looking at their risk profile based on the earlier surgical sample. So we really are in an era of AI enabling treatment decisions that may not just identify where treatment is needed, but also where treatment is not needed, and allow patients, in this case, women who have gone through a breast cancer diagnosis and surgery, may live a more normal life without a treatment. And it's certainly in both of those camps, I think that's where precision medicine offers real hope for getting the right treatment, as well as where you may know you do not need treatment.
Yes, I think that's a very important point you've just raised there. This not only knowing when treatment is needed, but when it
Right.
certainly isn't needed. And it goes towards this also growing awareness, which seems strangely to have been lacking before, of not just survival length, but quality of life in survival, as normal as possible, as you say. So let's think about the Congress a little bit more broadly now. What did ASCO 2025 hold in terms of new insights in oncology or highlights in oncology for you, Eric?
Yeah, in addition to the kind of what we're talking about in precision medicine, really showing the power of selecting the right patient at the right time with the right potential outcome that we're hoping for. On stage at the presidential plenary, a really novel study called Serena-6 was also announced, where a new treatment was introduced only at the detection of a specific mutation. And so that really speaks to real-time understanding of a patient's cancer and how to address any rising mutations through treatment. And so I think we're in a much more dynamic real-time environment now, where treatment decisions can be modified over time based on a really precise understanding of what's happening at the genomic level.
Thank you. So, to summarize our conversation today, if you will, from precision medicine to partnerships to real world and real time data, what in the next, say, 5 years is the hope for the oncological field?
I think we want to see more cures and real demonstrable long-term survival with the quality of life that goes with returning to an active and enjoyable life that everyone is hoping to see as cancer-free, right? And getting more patients who have been hit with that devastating diagnosis that they're going to have to get through cancer now, to a place where they say, I've beaten cancer and this is how I did it. And that sense of, returning to their normal life, that accomplishment of at least going through a situation such as that requires, a whole change in their life, going through cancer treatment, but then, getting to that place where they can say, and now I don't even think about cancer.
Absolutely. Accomplishment indeed. Thank you, Eric. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for your time. Great. Thanks, Nicole.
And that concludes another episode of the pharmaphorum podcast. You can find more information about this episode, including a download link and information about previous installments, at pharmaphorum.com/podcasts. The pharmaphorum podcast is also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Podbean, and pretty much wherever else you download your other podcasts from. Just search for pharmaphorum and follow and hit subscribe. Of course, don't forget to visit our website itself, where you can sign up for daily and weekly news and analysis bulletins. And do follow us on Blue Sky and LinkedIn at pharmaphorum. That's all for now. Thank you for listening.